What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. We are in Wade, North Carolina. We're not that far from Fort Bragg, actually. And I got Orwell behind me. What in the heck are we doing in North Carolina? Well, there's a story behind that. Well, let's get into it. For those new to the channel, I got Orwell with me. Orwell is the real star of the show, not me. I'm just your humble host. Orwell is my 1984 Peterbilt 362 Cabover. Why Orwell? Well, 1984. George Orwell wrote the book. It's a very famous book. You should read it. Times we're living. And Peterbilt built the truck. Orwell, get it? 1984. There's more to it than that, but you'll figure it out in time. Like and subscribe if you want to learn about it. It makes a lot of sense. What the heck did I just step in? Blah! A lot of flies right there already. So there's a little truck stop here. Okay, so the last load we did, we dropped off one of those big, huge strikers, big fire trucks. Tracking that crap in my boots. Well, don't look it. I'm taking a big pile of horse crap. I don't know. Last load we did was a big striker, one of those big airport fire trucks. We brought that down to Brunswick, Georgia, down to the port, and now we're in North Carolina. We're still empty. Why? What's going on? Well, there's reason for that. We're gonna go ahead and get into that, explain to you why we are running 600 plus miles empty. Huh? Yeah, that's right. There's a reason for that. Let's get into that, huh? In this video, I want to touch base on why I'm running so far empty. If you notice behind me, there's another truck with almost equal trailer. And he's the same way. We kind of have the same problem. Well, to be honest, nowadays we all do. So I was talking to the owner and the driver of that truck. Actually, it's the owner and the driver. There's two different trucks here. And they was talking about the same problem I'm running into. You guys might be running into the exact same problem. But I wanted to point out that it just happened to be that the guy parked next to us got the same issue. But like I said, we all have that same issue in the end. Well, let's get at it. Let's get Orwell fired up. We'll talk about it. I'll drive and talk to you. Let's go. That out. Oh, I just went out of frame. On a Cabover. Just missed them. Smokey bear in the parking lot. How much you want to bet somebody called me in thinking I was carrying a gun? I'm just carrying my camera when I went out looking for that Cabover. He's patrolling looking for something. Alrighty, boys and girls, we are ready to ride. Let's get on out of here. Alright, everybody asks this a lot in the comments, so I'll go ahead and explain. So, DigiHUD, that's the speedometer app I use right here. DIGIHUD. The dare hit window mode. The other one is Waze. That's the crowdsourced one that knows where like the police are, traffic jams, anything that might be useful, car on a shoulder. That's especially useful if you're hauling like a big wide load. So yeah, Waze. That's the one I use. Kill the high idle, release the park brake, always bump up on the trailer brake. It's trailer brake only. That's apply, that's release. Here, listen. I step on the brake. That's the audio from the camera in the back right there. Step on the brake, release the brake. Now, step on the brake, release the brake. That's trailer only. It's not the truck. Alrighty. Say bye to our buddy from El Paso next door here. He's getting a load tomorrow going to, I think he said Houston. We're off and some other crap was too cheap to haul. So he turned that down and then he got a different haul. That'll pay his permits. I don't know if you can make, I don't know if I can go the way I need to go that way, so I'll go out the way I came in. I'm not sure which way to go to get to I-95 north out of this truck stop. If I've ever been at this one, it's been many, many, many years. I don't know if you're going to get the coal on the pull out on the fresh startup. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like a little. I could have made the left if I went the other way out. Okay, I didn't know. Now I do. Be a bad spot if I was loaded. The trailer would be on the ground. This trailer's lower than mine, but it's not made for the weight mine is. Mine has the provisions for the removable third axle flip. This one does not, so it's lighter. It's not made for that weight. I do need to get that third axle even if I don't use it much. Yesterday, like I said, we unloaded that big striker, and then I went and washed the truck. I sat in the truck stop, edited video, and when I called into the office, they're like, yeah, we don't have no freight coming out of there quite yet. And I'm like, all right, it's Monday morning, fresh and early, give them time. Might not be anything to grab for a little bit. Now, you guys have seen me many times. We've come out of Florida and went up to Georgia, picked up auction stuff coming back. you know, now when we do that, that's for our own customers. So we've got 2 or 3 different customers that we haul for that buy auction equipment that we pick up equipment for them and deliver to them. So it's our freight, it's not broker stuff. So it's worth taking care of them guys and not worrying about, you know, if you got to deadhead a bunch to get there. But, you know, sometimes you do good, sometimes you don't with the broker freight. But nowadays, all you hear in trucking publications, trucking radio, is everyone's talking about the spot market. That there's just no money there. People still back to hauling stuff for what I think is just cost. Now a lot of that's dry van, and I don't do that. I am in the thought process of maybe it's good to diversify what I do. Maybe even put on a truck other than on with Widmeyer. But we'll see. Point is, another one we would do a lot of is we would come up to Pooler, Georgia and pull a load for Keene. The funny thing is, Orwell is originally a Keene truck. It was bought back when Keene owned Keene, the Keene family. Now it's, well, Nelius Wilhelmsen owns them, and everything's changed with them to a degree. From what I hear on their yard, the drivers like working for Walnelius because of the benefits. But it's the way they treat their drivers, I hear it ain't so swell. But the bennies are good. Everyone cuts their own deal. If they're happy, then they're happy. If they're not, then obviously there's plenty of work elsewhere to, you know, to go do. But in this case, there wasn't anything coming out of Pooler, Georgia. Whether it be picking up at the port for them, picking up at JCB, picking up at their yard, nothing. The only thing they had posted was local stuff. And it wasn't worth doing. I mean, I'm not taking the trailer apart, loading the truck, you know, loading it up, tying it down, all of that, and moving it for 150 bucks. I'll go home empty first. So I'm empty right now, but I'm not getting home. Well, as much as I am not a fan of the pain in the ass of how some wide loads we do are, I can't leave freight lay if I can get good money on it, or decent money on it. So what we're doing is we're going to go all the way to Baltimore from Brunswick, Georgia, to pick up a feeder wagon. Yeah, it's closing on 700 miles. So I got a lot of it done yesterday. I'll get the rest done today. And then we'll load up in the morning. Guess I caught this 300 sleeping. I went around him, he looked up at me, then he gassed on it and went off. So this is your wake-up call. Now my buddy Tim Gentry over at Gentry & Sons Trucking YouTube channel, last night he dropped a video about hauling cattle. And that's what he's been doing because, well, the rates on a lot of things have gone down. So if you have multiple ways of earning a living, meaning multiple trailers, to bounce from one to the other because not everything is paying the same. So I'm thinking about what I could do in the future, because I can't do much about it now. I'm one truck, one trailer. And I'm so damn scatterbrained. I have all these ideas of what I want to do. Like get another truck, fixing the 352, putting my step deck back together. Now Orwell's getting a little needy again. Serviced Orwell right before this run. And I want to do rear drive axle brakes, both sides. And I want to do some other odd end things. I still got to get, oh yeah, that's the other thing. I still got to put my trailer, my RGN together. This trailer is a rental from the company. So in addition to that, I got to pay trailer rent on the trailer too. So you got to look into that. That's the other reason I don't want to go home with nothing. I'd rather put freight on it. But I'm not moving a $150 load, 20 miles. Now I'm told, back to the feeder mixers, there's one that's legal, in other words, it's not overweight and not wide. And then there's another one, the rest of them that are wide. So I'm probably going to get the legal one. The other reason is I want to be able to swing by Green APU. See, today's Tuesday. If I load Wednesday, I could be in Lamont, Illinois Thursday, get the APU serviced, and then either unload Thursday night or Friday morning. Either way, we're on time because Jen's day off, first day off, is Friday. We're going to come down south somewhere in this region to drop off Matthew his motorcycle and then pick up my older son Sean and drive him back to Wisconsin because we're going to put the lift kit on his Jeep. So that's how it's working. So I might be leaving a little money on the table with not getting a wide load, but that way I can run all at night. Don't have to worry about no routing, none of that bull crap. I can shoot straight to Lamont, Illinois and get my APU service. Sorry, little Ford, that lane is beat to hell. And it leans to the right, so. They're redoing all these ramps. The whole highway, actually. It's like, what are they doing? Redoing the entirety of I-95 through North Carolina? Well, we're in done now. There's a lot of construction down there in Georgia, the Savannah area, right off the interstate, building huge warehouses and all kinds of stuff down there. That area is growing a lot. Wonder if that's not from the mass exodus of New Jersey and New York. A lot of businesses and people moving into that area. Get away from the craziness of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, all those crazy states. Just like you come in from California and the West Coast. Dominique, the dump truck driver out there in Washington State, up there north of Seattle a bit. I don't know how she does it up there. I could never live there. Now, Washington's a beautiful state to visit. All those states are. California, Oregon, Washington. Ain't no way I could live there. I got one subscriber in particular always comments on the channel. Lives in Oregon. Always complaining about that region out there. Why do you stay there? Yeah, you know who you are. Why do you stay there? Good question. I left Jersey for Pennsylvania, and then for work, I left from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin. And if Wisconsin don't straighten up, I don't know if I'm gonna sink deeper roots in Wisconsin or leave. Business-wise, I might be better off getting out of there. I'm not sure yet. Future's different from what I thought. We'll see. We'll see. That brings up another point of conversation. What am I? In other words, do a YouTube channel, right? So, conversation came up, and I was thinking about, you hear on the news nowadays, everyone's talking about these influencers. What exactly is that? So you got influencers, there's content creators, or just creators, and then you got, then you can think back on when it came out with the whole reality TV, but it wasn't reality, it was all bullcrap. So, where am I in that sphere of influence, of that realm? I mean, I guess I'm a YouTuber, but what exactly does that mean, right? I make YouTube videos. Okay, here's how I see it. Here's how I see it, boys and girls. An influencer is just that. Does nothing more, nothing less. Does anybody remember, go back in time. Anybody remember, I don't know which one came first. Does anybody remember Paris Hilton? What made Paris Hilton famous other than the last name? Which, to be honest, I didn't know this chick existed until there was a sex tape of Paris Hilton. And all of a sudden, she's famous for being famous. She didn't actually have any contributing factors other than she is the daughter of somebody in the gigantic Hilton family. So, what was she other than a sex tape? Well, then she was all over the place. See her here, see her there. Somebody coined the phrase, she was famous for being famous. And then the whole Kardashian thing happened, where everybody was with that show. I never watched a minute of it. I don't know much about them. Jen knows a little bit more than I do, but I don't know nothing about these people. Other than the fact they're related to the lawyer that got O.J. Simpson off on the murder rap down in L.A. That's it. They were famous for being famous. Those, in my opinion, are probably your earliest influencers. Well, you can name off a few others. They're not known for anything else. They're just famous for They take pictures. Look at me. Click, click. Whoop-de-doo. Look at this bug. That ain't gonna fly. Now there's another one I know of, not personally, but I know of through a friend. So this woman, she considers herself an influencer. Hannah Lee Marie, you can find her on Facebook. If you find her, let her know I sent you there. But anyway, the reason I know of her is because she bought my friend Nick's Lamborghini Huracan. He's the guy that had that grayish, almost brown color Huracan that was on airbags. Go way, way, way back in my early days in video when I was an automotive channel on this channel. That car was his. She bought it off of him, but she does more than just take pictures of herself slinging makeup. She does a lot more. So she's part of something much larger. I don't really know the full detail, but she does this makeup line basically. But she does this Facebook. I probably everywhere else too. I only see her on Facebook. But anyway, I only know her because she's also active in the car community, especially once she bought that Lambo. What do you call that? Is that an influencer? Is that... But that's not famous for being famous. See, this woman actually has other skills other than putting on makeup and looking drop dead gorgeous. So, what do you call that? See, to me, that's more content creation because she's also selling the makeup that she puts on, as far as I know. And clearly she's doing pretty good because she had the Lambo before the Facebook channel went nuts. As far as I know. Then you got guys like me, Tim, James Pretty, name them all. Look at James Pretty. He's got a full-time job. He's not even a truck driver. He just owns a lot of trucks. He restores them, fixes them up. He's got a great channel, good family. I've met them both, him and his wife Jessica. Great people. In fact, we're trying to put a collab together in the future. But, you know, he does more than, in other words, his YouTube channel isn't even what he does for work. He's a pilot. It's not even about what he does for work. It's about him and his trucks and working on those trucks. In the YouTube world, I call him a build channel. He builds trucks. Then you got Tim Gentry. You got me. We have always had full-time gig in trucking. We just film our life in the trucking industry. But we were doing this before the channel. So what would me and Tim be? Content creators? I think so. But in reality, the content we create is already there. In other words, it's real. I'm really driving an 84 Peterbilt. I really haul freight with this 84 Peterbilt. We're really deadheading from Brunswick, Georgia to Baltimore to pick up a feeder mixer and take it to Wisconsin. That's real. I didn't just put myself in a situation for the views. I think that is the difference between a YouTuber, content creator, influencer. Maybe we're reality content creators, or just simply a trucking channel. I'm not really sure. Either way, I've mentioned a few people only because I like them, or they're friends of mine, or they're good people that I know through friends of mine. So go ahead and check them out. Gentry and Sons YouTube channel, James Pretty YouTube channel, Hannah Lee Marie, she's on Facebook, among other things. I know there are apps out there you can use I've seen other YouTubers advertise for them and so on. And maybe I would, I'll be honest with you, if the money was right. But one of the reasons I don't like apps, like I don't use like my prescriptions, my blood pressure, okay? It's like Cinepril. It isn't a lot of money. I don't use GoodRx. Why not? Because like Cinepril is cheap. Well, somehow or another, GoodRx makes money on that ad. On that app, I mean, not for nothing. There is a profit motive that they have to create this app to save you money. Well, who pays? Well, that's the thing with a lot of these companies and these apps. It's all data mining. That's how an app makes money. Is they get your data for advertising and they sell it. That makes the price difference. Now, that might not be specifically for GoodRx, for example, but it is an example. All right, it's $3.69. I saw the Love's at $4.14 south of here. Oh, it's $3.69 over there. So if you go on a fuel app discount thing, somehow somebody's paying that difference. Maybe the station is willing to take less profit for more people coming to the store. That's possible. But also, I believe any app you put on your phone, it's a data mining thing, and they're selling your data so they can more target advertisement to you. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather just seek out these little gas stations that have diesel fuel and take Comdata and just pay the discounter, and I'm not targeted for advertising. Now, if you do go that route, one trick you can do is create an email that you can never check. They send all that crap to that email, and then who cares what they sent to you? You're not going to check it anyway. That's a thought process. Anyway, let me go give them my card, and then I'll get the fuel pumping. Let's go. Better, 356. Like that. Next up, I was going to roll up to Ashland. At the TA, there's a Popeyes. I'll stop there and get some food to eat. And I'll press on. I haven't figured out where I'm going to spend the night tonight. After I get parked, I'm going to edit some. Boys and girls, long story short, the way I see it is I don't like giving away my crap, so I don't like using the apps. I don't like the data mining, so I stay away from that. I just try my best to find a cheap source of fuel, try to remember where they are if you can. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you do. Just like coming up here. Trying to avoid the brokers, man. I don't want to take no cheap broker freight. I'd rather haul our own freight. Might have to work a little harder to get to it, but you know, it's what it is. Right now, I'm guessing the load boards, just there ain't much on there, so. And what is cheap as crap.